So I am back to do a collective reading. This will be a general read. So listen, if it flows, let it flow. If it does not, let it go. Okay? So just to be very clear, since this is a general reading, it may or may not be your reading. There may be just only certain parts of the reading that are for you. So do not force it, okay? Don't stress yourself out if you don't have to. You feel me? But anywho, I definitely want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. So shout out to y'all. Hey boo, hey. Welcome, okay, along on this journey. And just thank you for being great, okay? Because clearly, if you are here and you have subscribed to this channel, you are a divine being. And God has some great things on the way for you, okay? Now, I'm going to if I can get my words out, I am going to go ahead and welcome Spirit in so that I can get started with the message for today. And let's do it. Holy Spirit of pure divine white light, of the Most High God, we call you into this reading. I ask that you grant me the ability to translate the messages as you see fit to the collective. Thank you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you will continue to be. Amen. All right, y'all, so let's go. Okay? Now, out the gate, okay, the focus of this reading, shadow work. Okay? That is the overall focus. Alright? So, I am definitely getting a couple things. Okay? So, obviously, more than likely what you've already thought of, or maybe not. First thing that comes to me is just shadow work within oneself, right? So you, right, either you have been already doing a lot of shadow work, or there is still some shadow work that you need to do, or there is some shadow work that you need to do. Okay? Let me just say this. So a really good way of knowing that you have some shadow work to do is if, in fact, a lot of things seem to trigger you, okay? And by that I mean if you are having a conversation with a friend or a family member and they say something and it triggers you, whether it's like a trigger that like makes you feel some type of way, like within yourself, like make you angry, or just makes you feel like less than, or like you are not living up to, your own personal standards and expectations, then more than likely you will want to do some shadow work. And that would also apply to like social media. Say you scrolling Twitter or your Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and a post comes up and a person's saying, yada yada blase scoop, and it triggers something in you, whether it be like you feeling like they're talking to you. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes it could be, right, depending on who we're talking about. It could be them, throwing shade, or just simply trying to send you an indirect message, right? And don't get me wrong, like that doesn't have to be necessarily negative, right? So I just want to say, just make sure you're doing your shadow work, okay? Just really make sure that you are putting the work in to just be a better you, okay? Because that's how you're going to be able to be better for everybody that's connected to you, okay? And in you doing that, that is you also being the example for those around you to see, like, once you really have done the work. And like I said, I'm talking to those of you also who, if you've already done this, then this is me, letting you know what you display to others once you've done the shadow work, okay? People will see you and say these are people, of your past, right? And maybe you haven't seen them in quite some time. So, for example, maybe these are people you went to school with, right? Or whatever your situation is. Another scenario I'm getting is like some of you guys may have been incarcerated at some point in time, right? Whether it be long term or temporary, right? And maybe you met some people in there, and now y'all either all are out living your own lives, or maybe like you're out and they're still in, but they're able to like watch your social media and whatever. You are being an example, or you will be, right, when you do the shadow work to these individuals, because they will look at you or are looking at you and they see how much you've grown. Like, it's just very visible, it's very noticeable. They acknowledge, like, wow, you know what, like, that person is really not the same person that they used to be. So, whatever that is for you, if you were a person you used to be very hell bent on wreaking havoc, right? Maybe you used to walk around whooping everybody's ass. Maybe you used to gossip a lot. Maybe you used to start a lot of drama. Maybe you used to just, I don't know, what you used to do, right? Or what you are presently doing that you need to, or that you already want to change or working on changing, right? There are people who are seeing it, or there will be people that will see, like, dang, like, they don't even do that stuff no more. Whether, and this could be, we talking about, like, maybe you used to drink a lot. You could have had an alcoholism problem. You could have had a drug problem, right? And maybe the same group that you used to kick it with and get high with or get drunk with, or just whatever your vice is, right? Because everybody do their own whatever. Maybe, like, they'll see you, or they are seeing you, and they like, damn, like, I can't even come to this person and try to kick it, because what do I say to them? Like, how do I invite them somewhere? Because if I invite them, they probably not going to want to come, because they done went to AAA and they don't even drink anymore. Or they last told me when I talked to them, they don't smoke anymore. So it's like, they just don't even know how to relate to you anymore, which is really kind of sad, because those shouldn't be the only reasons why a person would want to be around you, or that shouldn't be the only way a person should, like, be able to invite you somewhere. You get what I'm saying? Because if they like you as a person and they rock with you, they should just be able to be like, hey, excuse me, Al. Hey, I'm just trying to see if you're trying to kick it and vibe and whatever. And, like, then that allows you to make your choice, like, if you want to go show up or not, because, maybe you still wouldn't mind sliding through and checking on everybody, seeing how everybody doing, regardless of what they're doing, right? Maybe you don't want to necessarily smoke or drink, or just, whatever the fuck they got going on. Maybe, excuse my French for those who don't like cussing, because I'm letting you know right now, there will be times where I cuss, okay? So if that's not your thing, then you are more than welcome to stop the video. Alright? But anywho, and if that's not your thing, then, basically what I'm saying is, there are people who, because you have done this shadow work, because you will do this shadow work, they just don't know how to relate to you anymore. Okay? And it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you, like, I'm getting the whole, how people say, oh, well, they think they're better than somebody. I'm getting that, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. If someone has, because that's also what I'm getting. Remember, I was just talking about certain things triggering you online, right? Or just people saying, if someone says something like that to you, or you overhear that, or you see it, or whatever, listen, don't let them people make you feel no way, because you've done shadow work and you've looked at yourself and the things that were not working for you, and you acknowledge that you needed to do some work on yourself. Because why? Because you don't want to keep repeating the same unhealthy patterns, toxic patterns, confirmation, that keep you stagnant, that keep you ended up in situations that are not gonna work for your highest and greatest good, right? So don't allow people to come across your path and hit you with little ignorant lines, because that's just really like a childish statement. Oh, they think they're better than us, or type, that whole shebang, right? You have to understand that generally when people say statements like that, that's coming from their own perception, which means that you didn't have to even wave a damn flag saying, hey, I think I'm better than you. No, you were just simply being yourself, right? And that's how it made them feel, because they acknowledge your growth and acknowledge the fact that, well, damn, I haven't grown. I haven't changed. I'm still repeating patterns. I'm still doing the same thing. And unfortunately, they don't know how to correct it at this time, right? But that is not up for you to, try to make them aware of. They will go through their own awakening in their own timing. And maybe you being the example of you just being you, right, and you doing this shadow work will grant them that opportunity to look within and to go through their own personal awakening and to begin to do their own shadow work. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So I'm gonna leave that at that. All right, so we can move forward. Then we have trust yourself. All right. So just along this journey of just, you just growing more into who you truly are divinely, just continue to trust yourself and the judgments that you're making, okay? Trust yourself that the shadow work that you're doing or that you have done is going to begin to show you, opportunities and just who you truly are within self, right? And who you are and will be to others. Okay, like I was saying, just being the example, and not saying that you even want to be that, but I'm just letting you know that that's kind of naturally what comes along with you having the audacity, right, to put that work in and to just grow into your best self, right? So make sure that you're trusting yourself. I'm also getting, like, in anything that's coming up, if you are signing any contracts, if you are making any new connections, or just if you have any certain, big decisions or even small decisions coming up, just trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust that you're going to make the right choice. And here's the thing, y'all, even if for some odd reason we feel like we made the wrong choice, you still made the right choice, because it's a choice that granted you the ability to learn as well as just have the experience. And I'm going to get me some water because, Lord, my throat. To have the experience to make better decisions going forward, okay? All right. So let me take a sip of water real quick, y'all. All right. So, then I got toxic. See what I'm saying? So it's like, either one, this is you and you're being toxic and you don't acknowledge that you're being toxic. And here's the thing, if this is you, that's still okay, okay? And not me saying that's okay and keep being this way, right? I'm saying it's okay because, one, you are not alone, okay? There are many of us on this planet that at some point in time have been toxic or are still being toxic or have toxic ways of being, okay? Because I know me personally, I could never sit here and act as though I've never, done anything toxic or been toxic or have toxic ways or have things that I'm still working on to make sure that I'm not a toxic being. You get what I'm saying? Because anybody that tells you that they're not, or you have to understand it. Ain't no way. Because, like, we have to always be mindful that, everybody's going to see us differently than not only we see ourselves, but everybody's going to see us differently, right? Based on their own perception, right? So even if you feel like you are living the most holy life, right? I am holier than thou. I follow all the universal laws. I follow all the biblical, the 10 Commandments and all of that, right? There is still, I guarantee you, there is still somebody who will point a finger at you and say, oh my goodness, I cannot believe they did such and such, or oh my goodness, couldn't be me, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Because people are just naturally judgmental, right? So nobody's exempt. And if they say they are, then they're definitely being extremely unrealistic. So do not be unrealistic with yourself. Do the shadow work, okay? That is why this is here. This is the focus of the reading. Because if you are presently being toxic, then this is a time and season where you would need to acknowledge that you're being toxic to yourself by the things that you are putting in your body, by the things that you are consuming on a day-to-day basis, whether that be food, people, places, television, social media. And you may need to detox, okay, from those things, people, places, and things, all right? That is how you're going to help yourself cleanse your energy, okay, and not be as toxic. That is how you're going to help yourself make sure that you are operating within your shadow work, okay, to look at the not so great parts of yourself, to look at the dark parts of yourself, to really acknowledge where your flaws are and also accept them as they are, okay, but also make the moves to just change for the better for yourself so that you don't repeat the patterns, okay? I'm also getting that there's someone around you that is toxic and that is needing to do shadow work, okay? And so maybe that is a really big thing within this reading, okay? There's someone around you that, like, this is for, and like I said, everything's not gonna be everybody, so take what's yours, okay? For someone, you've already done the shadow work, okay? But you have somebody around you that you still communicate with, and they are very toxic. And this is like, this person is not helping your process of growth, okay? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go any further into that. I'm just gonna simply say, Spirit wants you to take a what is this? Spirit wants you to take inventory on, you know, who you are allowing within your energy field confirmation, who you are continuously communicating with. And are these people role models or examples, or just, like, are these people demonstrating, you know, the ways of being that you want to be, the life that you're wanting to live? Like a really good example is the saying, I don't take advice from people I wouldn't want to live like, or something along the lines of that. Because my thing is, and here's the thing, I'm not saying that there's not value in even the most unlikely being to give you a message, okay? Because God can deliver a message through anybody. And this I know personally because I'm the person that I will talk to the CEO, but I will also sit and have a conversation. Well, I don't know about sit, but, you know, I will also take time to stop and talk to a stranger, stop and talk to, you know, the person outside the gas station that's begging for money, change, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a quick second to say hi or whatever, right? And you never know who God speaks to you through, okay? So don't ever discount the value of a person based off of, you know, where they are. However, what I will say is you have to use your discernment, because I guarantee you, you know, you wouldn't sit down and talk to a bum about how to budget your money. You get what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have a conversation with somebody that's sitting on the side of the road about, I don't know, just a strategy on how to, I don't know, finance your mortgage or your car payment or something like that. You know, like, you get what I'm saying? So just be mindful of who you're taking advice from, their intentions, right? Because sometimes, y'all, we will think people have good intentions for us, regardless of who they are, family, friend, long term friend, even partners. Because some of y'all, some people have partners that are extremely jealous of you and they are actually in competition with you, and that is not for everybody. So listen, don't force it if it's not, because that is not something that I wish on anybody, nor do I want you to um, manifest for yourself, okay? But if that rang true to you when I spoke it, then take the time to acknowledge that, okay? um, in a relationship, you should motivate one another for sure. You should inspire one another for sure. But to be in competition, I feel like that is insane. Because both of you should be having a goal of not only assisting and serving one another, but you should also want your person to thrive, right? You should want to thrive. You guys should be working together as a team so that y'all can win, because your win is my win and my win is your win. Why? Because we are a couple, we are one, right? Or that's supposed to be, in my mind, the goal. All right, but anywho, so I'm gonna move forward beyond that because Spirit wanted me to be clear on that for some of y'all. Um, Now I have Aquarius here. Okay, so maybe that's you, or maybe that is someone connected to you or within your energy, okay, that either, like I say, this is just spirit letting you know, giving you confirmation that if you are an Aquarius, that this message is definitely for you and you need to do some shadow work, okay, or that you have done it and they see you, they acknowledge you, they are assisting you along your journey, okay. But I'm also getting that is who this toxic individual is around you or trying to be within your energy still. There is an Aquarius that is extremely toxic. They may not have good intentions for you, and they don't, like, they see you growing and they're having a hard time with accepting that, because they acknowledge that while maybe at some point in time you have been in a certain space, you're not in that space anymore. And when I mean that, that could be financially, that could be mentally, that could be whatever, right? They see something in you and it makes them uncomfortable, okay. It's also making them acknowledge that they need to do some shadow work and that they have been being a toxic person. So technically this is a good thing, right? Because if you just being yourself, right, if you just being you and you doing the work and you growing, puts a person in place where they feel as though they got to do some work, you are doing God's work. You're doing God's work, and all you're doing is being yourself and just wanting better for yourself. That's why I say it's like a domino effect. It's like once you start doing the work, regardless of if you want to be the example or not, you kind of become that, because people are going to see you and acknowledge the change, okay. So if that is you, shout out to you. Keep growing, okay, keep being great. And yes, we all have good days, bad days. We all have, our ups and downs, our highs and lows. None of us are perfect individuals. We still have things we can probably continue to work on, right? But the fact that you've done some work, right? Because you want better, because you acknowledge your not so great moments, only shows that you care, okay, about yourself and about those around you, and that you appreciate and acknowledge God, okay, and your ancestors and all the work that they've put in for you to be in the position that you're in today, okay, for their protection continuously over your life, right? Because I'm getting there's a couple of you guys who may have experienced things like homelessness or possible situations where you were close to maybe having an overdose or just some type of health issue because of the certain choices that you were making, and God spared you, your spirit team kept you, and they guided you away from those things, okay. So definitely make sure that you are giving praise and acknowledgement and just sending love to your ancestors, to your spirit team, your angels. If whatever your way of sending them love and acknowledgement, If you have an altar, if you go visit their graves at the cemetery, if you simply just shoot up a thank you, if you decide to make a post of them online, just, sending them love, right? Make sure that you do that, okay? They want you to know that they're still around. They're just not able to physically connect with you, but they're definitely still around. They're very aware of what you're going through. They try to send you signs continuously so that you know that you are protected, so that you know that you are seen and that you are very loved, and they're trying to guide you in the best way possible. And so they acknowledge that you've been doing this shadow work, but they just want you to trust yourself at this time, okay? Trust that you are making good choices, all right? Okay, so moving forward. So then I don't know what to say to you. So I get that this Aquarius. Like I said, they know that they've been toxic, or they know that they're still basically toxic, and maybe you cut them off, or maybe y'all just haven't communicated as much, right? And they're really acknowledging that if they don't do this shadow work confirmation, if they don't do this shadow work, that y'all probably won't connect anymore. So at this time, they really just don't know what to say to you. Like I said, going back to what I was saying about like people that maybe you used to kick it with, I used to get hired, just whatever I used to do, like these people don't know how to approach you. They don't. Okay. I'm also getting, we got pray here. I'm also getting that this Aquarius, they're praying. Like you literally put them in a space of just praying to God because they missed the friendship or relationship, the connection that they had with you. So like they're praying to God, like, God, I miss my friend or whoever, sister, brother, cousin, whatever. I miss them, I don't know how to approach them, and just, they're literally in prayer about y'all connection, okay? I'm also getting that you need to pray, because on another end of the spectrum, I'm getting that. So just keep praying, keep, your angels definitely got you. That's also why they made sure to come in shortly before this to just reassure you that they see everything that's going on. They're always nearby. They're always protecting you regardless of whatever may seem to be going on. Please always count your blessings and know that things could always be worse, okay? Always catch the hints, the signs. If you are delayed by a train, if there's somebody in front of you driving out extra slow and you feel like you trying to hurry get somewhere, take the time to acknowledge that some of those things are just simply your angels trying to slow you down, trying to delay or deter you from experiencing certain things that you don't need to experience. They are protecting you, okay? I'm also getting that confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. I'm also getting that this Aquarius. Wait. I'm also getting that why Spirit just had me say what I said is because these people are very toxic. And the fact that they don't know how to come towards you and approach you anymore, or don't know what to say to you anymore, is making them angry. And like I say, it goes back to the whole them saying, oh, well, she thinks they're better than me. So now they're sitting over there mad and in this negative toxic energy, and they're dogging you out, probably trying to bring up your past and things that happened in your past and sending you evil eye and speaking ill on your name. And that's why I'm saying your spirit team just wants you to know that you're protected from all that low vibrational energy. You don't have to worry about that. But they just want to make you aware that, just stay prayed up in this season, okay, more than you've been in a long time. Because you got people that see your growth. You have people that see that you may be in your winning season, or maybe you are soon to approach that. Maybe some things are coming up, coming your way soon. And they're going to acknowledge those things, and they're going to be upset because they can't take part in those things. All right. Confusion. Okay. So yeah, like I'm getting the saying that praise will confuse the enemy. Okay, so yeah, make sure you listen. If you listen to gospel, baby, you better cut your gospel on. You better sing your heart out, even if you can't sing. Shout, scream, holler, whatever you do. Praise God, okay, or just whatever you call your high power. Excuse me. Um, send up that praise so you can confuse the enemy, because they're so toxic that they don't even acknowledge that in them sitting around judging you, that they're actually helping you. Okay, there's something I used to always say, because I've had so many things that have went on in my life, whether it be past things that I've done, and then once you grow from those things, or you don't do those things anymore, or whatever, you get people that oh well, they think they better than us, and all that little goofy stuff. And so something that I would always remind myself of is that every time somebody's speaking on me, right? Just in a not so great way, in a negative way, or trying to bring up my past or anything, I would always say, every time they bring up my name and speak, just any time they're speaking on my name, it only lifts my name up to the heavens, right? Or just to God's or spirit, which basically just means they are putting your name on the mind of the Most High, confirmation. So for somebody, you just need to know that, like, if you're going through a situation presently, or you have, where people have just spoke on your name repetitively, whether it's good or bad, and they just keep speaking on you, worry not about that, right? Because all they're doing is making sure that your angels know to pay attention to you, making sure that God is acknowledging, okay, this is what my child is doing at this time. Okay, this is. Here's the thing. Not only that, but it's like, especially if you're doing good things and they're speaking on you, that's only making you the focal point of what God needs to see at that time. So God, maybe God got some other things going on. Then they keep speaking. Oh, because I'm getting the name Victoria. So if your name's Victoria, then take this as spirit just giving you that confirmation. But it's like, oh, well, Victoria this and Victoria that, and Victoria, she's the and blah, 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 blah. And they just sitting around, Victoria, Victoria, Victoria. Okay? Well, God was over there worried about Johnny. Okay? And Victoria's angels, right, was just protecting and guiding Victoria throughout this whole time. But because these people just kept talking about Victoria this, Victoria that, Victoria this, God done had to say, okay, look, angels, y'all look after Johnny. I'll be right back. I got to go see what's going on with my child Victoria. Okay, and now you the focal point with God. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just hope that kind of gave you an idea of what I'm saying. So let people talk. Don't worry about that. You keep being you. You keep doing your thing. You keep giving your praise to your Most High, pure divine white light, the Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, deities, fairies, you, whatever you function with. Okay, you keep giving that praise that is needed. Okay, and keep confusing the enemy, because they confused. They're confused. They don't know what's going on. You see, they're confused. They don't even know what to come and say to you. They don't even acknowledge how toxic they are. Okay, they the ones that really got to do this shadow work. So let that be what it is. All right, because here we go. Look, ain't nobody like you. So this could very well be someone's ex, right? Maybe you have an Aquarius that's an ex, but maybe not. It could just be a friend group or whatever. And they're acknowledging now, damn, like, there's only one of you. You are one of one. There is nobody else like you. And it took for you to grow and be better and distance yourself from these people for them to acknowledge that. And that's sad, because that means that you didn't value me when I was around you, operating within, even if you were still within your toxic ways, right? you still brought value, right? You still were an example in some way, shape, or form, and they didn't acknowledge it then. So now they're sitting back feeling bad, feeling some type of way because you don't put in the work, and you're bettering yourself, or you have already bettered yourself, and you are on your way to good things, new opportunities, people, places, and things, and they don't even know how to approach you. But half of them sitting around just being toxic as ASF and really just wishing really bad things on you, and you just need to stay prayed up in this time, okay? Don't worry about it. Your spirit team got you. You good, okay? And like I said, here we go, new opportunities. Because now that you've done this shadow work, you have new opportunities on the way. All right. So expect good things for yourself. All right. Like I say, so that's pretty much a good portion of the read. But if you've already done this shadow work, then yes, expect these new things. If in fact not, and you realize you've been being toxic, this is your time to start doing your shadow work so that you can change up, all the things that you've been having going on. Maybe this is you and you have been in a state of confusion. You don't know what to do. You're just feeling, low vibrational. You're feeling toxic. You feel like the people that are around you are really no good for you. They're not, then it's time for you to be the change. It's time for you to stop being toxic. It's time to sit down, do the work, look within yourself and say, okay, what is it that I'm doing that's keeping me stuck and stagnant, that's keeping me in repeated cycles? How can I better myself? What do I need to change? Who do I need to get away from? Make sure that you're continuing to pray. That is what's going to assist you. Ask your angels for guidance. Ask them to help you. Ask them for specifics, because that matters as well. If it's just as simple as, Spirit, help me today, guide me away from doing such and such, then say that, right? They hear you, and they're very near, more than what you know. They are energy. Okay, energy can never, it does not die. These physical temples that we in, they deteriorate, yes, over time, and our spirit does leave from this temple, okay, but the spirit is still gonna function and flow, baby. It's energy. It can only be transmuted, transferred. All right. But yeah, so just know that you are one of one. Nobody's like you. You do that shadow work. You got some new opportunities coming in. I also got, look, see, we've got change. So there's some new changes coming your way. The number 9 could be relevant, or you could be born in September, or that could be your life path number. Somebody could be getting a new car. Someone could be moving. Someone could be taking a trip or traveling, going on a new journey just in general. And that after the shadow work, that could be bringing some new changes. And then we've also got the number 27. That could be your date of birth, or just a relevant number to you. February 7th or July 2nd could also resonate with you. But we've got unexpected income. Okay, unexpected income. So listen, y'all keep doing that shadow work. Y'all got some new money coming in, or some new money and or opportunities coming in. Yeah, like I if you ask me, this is actually a really, really good reading. Shout out to y'all for doing the work. Okay, for those of you who have already done it, shout out to those of you who are going or seeing this and realizing that you do need to do the work, that maybe you are toxic, and that you're going to just start doing better for yourself. I got speak up at the top of the deck. Okay, so maybe this person who has been confused and they don't know how to come to you, maybe they're going to finally come speak up. Use your discernment, okay, when it comes to communicating with this person again. All right, if you see that they have done shadow work and that they're being genuine with you, then you move forward as you see fit, right? But if not, and you see that they're still being the same person, yep, because see, we got community, so this could actually be like a old friend group, you know what I'm saying, or family or whatever. Just, yeah, it could be more than one person. But if they come your way, use your discernment. All right. Deep down who's for you and who's not for you. Deep down who has good intentions and who, just wants to see you fail. You can really truly feel it within yourself. And if you can't, then you need to ask spirit to just ask God. Say, God, reveal to me who is for me and who is not for me. Release the energies that are trying to block me. Release any negative things within myself that are keeping me stagnant. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys one last card from the Moonology deck to finish out the reading, and then we will end this read. Okay, guys. Of course, they want to give me two. At the top of the deck, we got New Moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay, so someone could be a Libra. Hi, Sun. Okay, we've got New Moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. Okay, so someone could be a Pisces. And we have Full Moon in Aquarius. There's that Aquarius again. Show the world the real you. All right, so let's go ahead and read these real quick, and then we will end the read. So, New Moon in Pisces, 64. The number 64 could be relevant to you. June 4th or April 6th, which is actually coming up very soon. So maybe that will be a significant date for you. Okay. Let's see here. Meditate and contemplate. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're on to a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the New Moon in Pisces card can suggest a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Nom Yum Nom. Oh my gosh, why can't? The funny part is, every time I get this card, y'all, me trying to read it is funny. But basically, if y'all ever seen What's Love Got to Do with It, and Tina be doing her meditation, Om Nom Nom Reiki or whatever. That's what it is. So do that chant. But anyway, avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries, or depths of emotion, idealism, and hopeless romantics. It is the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep, like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and to allow your emotion-free reign. Whatever you are feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow. And only you know if that's the case or not. Alright. Then we've got Show the World the Real You, Full Moon in Aquarius, and that's Eels. 88, okay, the number of abundance, and y'all did have unexpected income come in, so that could be relevant to you. 88, if I'm not mistaken, also is like the Lionsgate, generally the beginning of the Lionsgate portal, so that could have relevance to you too. That could be a significant time for you. Or August 8th as well, okay, or you could even be a Leo. Alright, so Show the World the Real You. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you are asking about. Someone might be keeping you at an arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. What was that card, y'all? Ain't nobody like you? Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. Remember, we had unexpected income, but we also had change as well. Okay. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go. Perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Okay, y'all. So that is your message for today. I hope that it was very helpful for you. I hope that you guys are definitely doing your shadow work. I hope that you embrace this journey, okay? Because that is why we're here. We are a spiritual being here having a human experience. And the best thing that you can do in this experience on your journey is to actually experience it, okay? To embrace all of the highs, all of the lows, make the connections, grow, move forward, and just be at peace in knowing that everything works together for your good. Love on who you can love on, remove yourself from who you need to remove, and yeah, that's that. So I really hope you guys are having a great day. If not, listen, make it a great day. Change your perspective, count your blessings, and yep, that is it. Divine Elevated Love. I am out. See you later.